Each year, the college has the privilege of selecting a distinguished alumnus or alumna to deliver our Doctor of Pharmacy Hooding Keynote address. This is never an easy task, as we have many deserving and outstanding alumni. This year, we are truly blessed and honored to have as our keynote speaker, Colonel John Spain. Colonel Spain has served as an Army pharmacy officer for the past 24 years in a variety of leadership assignments within the United States, Korea, Germany, Saudi Arabia, and Iraq. A native of Floral Park, New York, Colonel Spain earned his Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy from St. John's University in 1988. He also earned his Doctor of Pharmacy degree from Rutgers University and a Master's in Public Administration from Bowie State University, University of Maryland, European Division. During his illustrious military career, Colonel Spain has earned the Bronze Star, Meritorious Service Medal, Joint Service Commendation Medal, Army Commendation Medal, Army Achievement Medal, Joint Service Achievement Medal, Parachute Badge, Air Assault Badge, and the Expert Field Medic Badge. He is a recipient of the Office of the Surgeon General A Proficiency Designator and the Order of Military Medical Merit. Throughout his distinguished career, he has served our profession and our country in various capacities, including serving as Pharmacy Director of the Walter Reed Medical Center and Deputy Commander for Clinical Support, Walter Reed National Medical Center. Currently, Dr. Spain serves as the Army Pharmacy Consultant and Program Manager for the Army Surgeon General and is a credentialed provider with the clinical practice at the Armed Forces Retirement Home in Washington, D.C. Colonel Spain and his wife Monica have been married 21 years and have 3 children, Sean, Owen, and Claire, and they reside in suburban Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming home our distinguished alumni of pharmacy alumnus, Colonel John Spain.
Wow. Well, thank you for that very nice introduction. You know, as I was driving up from D.C. this morning, I probably had the same thoughts that you're having right now. Boy, it's the hooding ceremony. It's already been 6 years or 8 years since I started this journey. And I realize it's been 25 years since I was in the same seats that you were in. And I can sense that excitement out there as I was excited, and I know what that means. You're excited and you want to get that hood on you, and I'm in between you and moving on with this ceremony. So with that, I am going to keep my talk very briefly. And the person who inspired me with this 8-minute talk is my Monsignor in my parish. And every week he gives his homily. Somehow he says, I'm only going to take 8 minutes. I just need 8 minutes. But it's amazing how 8 minutes can inspire a person and deliver such a powerful message. What I'd like to do is share 5 golden nuggets with you, based on my 25 years as a leader, 25 years as a pharmacist. Golden nuggets, those are the things that you have learned through experience that sit in you, and when you have the chance to talk to somebody a little bit younger than you, and they ask for your advice, these are the things that come to mind. So my first suggestion is something that's timeless. Know what you don't know. It's very critical. Now, you've been in school 6 years and you're going to think, gosh, I should know everything. But the great pharmacist knows what he doesn't know and is not afraid to admit it. That's critical. On Wednesday, I saw a patient who was on Primidone. I haven't seen that drug in a long time. I had to look it up. Right? That's okay. And he said something, wow. I was like, I don't know that, but I know where to get the information. So know what you don't know. The second thing that I would mention is appreciate generational differences, okay? Gen Y, I'm right at the tail end of the baby boomer generation. But there are differences, and it's important for you to understand that. So when you go out and look for a job and it's a very demanding boss who thinks you should work all kinds of hours, what I've learned is that different generations start to help other generations to realize what's important. So recognize there's different generational thoughts. Recently in the Washington Post there was an article about how baby boomers should think about Gen Y. And it had nothing to do with they only think of themselves, they're obstinate, and all these other things that were written. But what it said is maybe they have something right. Maybe they do understand the importance of balance in life and not working so much, but balancing the importance of family and time. So appreciate generational differences as you go out into the workforce. The third thing that I would mention to you is be a great listener and a great follower. You may wonder, why is that important? Well, Dr. Jabania and Dr. Lim know about being great followers. I had the chance to learn a little bit more about post-herpetic neuralgia. And great followers follow great leaders and learn from them. But you will be judged on how well you follow in your professional career. Remember, it's not always when you're in the limelight that people see you. When nobody's looking, that's when you really know character. So, the importance, be a great follower. And along with that is a great listener. That's critical, especially with patients. One of the unique things I hear from patients when I or pharmacy clinicians are compared with other healthcare practitioners is that we tend to listen. We don't stay focused on the computer. We're listening to what they have to say. Be a great listener. Now, I mentioned great followers in that article. This brings me to being a great leader. And Dr. Sim is an example of a great leader. I know that she worked with those pharmacy students in producing that article. Let there be no doubt in your minds that you will be called on to be leaders as pharmacists. Whether you're working in retail, research, hospital, you might be the only one. You might be with technicians. But people will look at you to make decisions. Should I give this out? What choices do I have? Understand your leadership responsibilities. Now I'm going to say something that probably will be very revealing to you. I know that you take up to 5 courses of theology and philosophy. It's usually a mix. And I suspect you've been wondering, like I wondered for many years, why did I need to do that? Didn't get the chance to do those other courses. I see somebody laughing, yep. But let me tell you something. That is the foundation of a great leader. To have those principles in place, understanding your moral code and your ethical values. That's what has been given to you by going to St. John's. And believe me, it's unique. Not many universities require that. The last person I want to mention about leadership is amongst your ranks right now, a student. And that is soon to be Dr. Steve Saman. I'll tell you, I look forward to shaking your hand, Steve. I know you have pushed the battle of provider status. I want to let you know we're working on a project in the Army, and I was very proud to be able to reference the work that you've done and said, he's a St. John's grad. Felt good with all the other grads out there amongst my ranks. The last golden bullet, as I get close to my timeline, you're going to hear a lot about passion. And if you listen to NPR, most commencement speakers bring up the word passion, and I know it'll be mentioned. It's very important. I want to throw a little twist to that, and that's to have a personal creed. There may be some saying that you have. I want to share my personal creed that's guided me through high school, college, and through life. Maybe you'll find some value in it. I create my own reality. I behave according to that belief. And I am successful because I expect to be. Think about it. You will create your own reality. You'll make those decisions that allow you to go where you want to go, and hopefully motivated by passion. You will behave according to that belief in your actions and in your words. Thoughts lead to words, words lead to action, action lead to character, and character to destiny. So behave according to that belief. And lastly, I am successful because I expect to be. In whatever you hope to be successful in, expect to be. Let that be whatever it is that you want it to be, but strive to be successful, and that will be a great legacy. Now, my 8 minutes is just about up, and there's always one word, any chance I get, I like to introduce a different word, and it's obligation. And no, I wasn't told to say anything about this, but I think it's important, being a military member. Obligation. Think about how many graduates and pharmacists have come before you and have provided all this. Now you will be alumni, and you have an obligation to support your school and the university and the profession. That's the very important word, obligation. I will repeat what Dr. Mangione and the other speakers will say. If you do one thing tonight, think about all those people who got you here. And remember to be thankful, whether it be a prayer or a shake of the hand or a big hug. Well, I can imagine my beeper is just about going off. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to come home to St. John's after 25 years. I'm very honored to be here tonight. I'd like to graduate you, class, on a great success, tremendous success. I wish you continued blessings and all the success that you can imagine. Thank you.